Hey there, and welcome into another exciting episode of A for Effort, coming to you with another quality movie review. I'm your host, Matt, and as always, we start off giving thanks to our unofficial sponsor of the podcast, MoviePass. $9.95 a month gets you 3 movies a month at local cinemas in your area. Check MoviePass.com for theater listings and offer availability. In today's episode, we're going to break down a movie that I was so on, and that's the MEG. I kept seeing trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer, and I was not on board. Was it a horror movie? Was it a comedy? What was it? An action movie? What was it? I came out of this movie laughing. So I guess comedy? The movie stars Jason Statham as our lead, who, after having seen the MEG 5 years earlier, gets called back into action when a group of scientists dive deep beneath the meridian line and realize that there is another world down there, and that's where the MEG exists. The cast also includes Bing Bing Lee, Rainn Wilson, Cliff Curtis, Winston Cho, Sophie Kai, Ruby Rose, Paige Kennedy, Robert Taylor, Jessica McNamee, and Masioka. I really do think this cast was incredible. They had so many good stars, but the movie as a whole just wasn't what I needed it to be. I think one of the things that you can walk away from this movie knowing is that Sharknado has tarnished a film like this. Sharknado has taken the premise of shark movies and tore it apart to the point where a movie like this just looks like a laughing stock because of Sharknado. Like I said, was it a comedy? Was it a drama? Was it an action movie? No one knows what it was. I really just wish that this movie didn't exist, personally. I just wish it was like a straight to DVD or a straight to pay-per-view. Like, this movie had no reason to be in the theaters. It wasn't that great. The CG wasn't great. There's a part at the end where Jason Statham literally comes out of his mini sub and fights the shark. I just didn't enjoy myself. I found myself laughing at things I probably shouldn't laugh at. My wife was the same. She enjoyed herself. I didn't. I went in with the expectation that this was going to be what it was, and it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It had moments, like, it had 3 jump scares. Okay, fine. You knew it was coming, though. Like, my wife literally said, he's going to stick his head under the water 3 times, and then we're going to see the shark. It ended up being on the 4th time, and it got us. We both kind of popped a little bit. But I just can't get behind a movie like this. I really can't. Like, it's just not what I want it to be. It's not what I need from a movie in today's age. You guys know me. I love my superhero movies. I love, Avengers Infinity War. I loved Black Panther. I loved Ant-Man and the Wasp, The Incredibles. Jurassic World was pretty good. It's just a movie like this. I wish Jason Statham would take... It was kind of like The Rock. Like, what are you doing a movie like this for, personally? What are you making a movie like this for? There's no reason to be in a movie of this caliber. I can tell he's making this movie not for American audiences, but for international audiences, and that's fine. You can tell by the way the movie was made, with a lot of Chinese and Japanese actors and actresses, and it's out in the Asian coast where the movie takes place, that's the audience that you're going for, and that's fine. Like, The Rock does a lot of that too when he makes, his movies, and the Pacific Rim franchises and all that. They're not tailoring it for American audiences, they're tailoring it for international audiences, and that's fine. If it gets a sequel, that's great, but for me, it just didn't hit on the cylinders that I needed it to. Like I said, it couldn't distinguish what it was. It couldn't distinguish if it was going to be a comedy, if it was going to be a drama, if it was just going to be a straight up action movie. There was way too much laughing going on in the movie theater for me to take it seriously, and if that's what they're going for, then tell me it's a comedy. They weren't going for that. Like, there was no way in God's green earth that they were going for a comedy. Like, that's not what they were going for. I can guarantee it. I will say that the little girl, Sophie Kai, steals the show. She was absolutely hilarious the whole film. Insanely funny. I really enjoyed her. Like I said, there's a part at the end where Jason Statham literally fights a shark. You kind of go into the movie going, is Jason Statham eventually going to, fight the shark? Because Jason Statham is a fighter. He's an acting fighter. He fights in a lot of his movies. A lot of his action movies have him with some great martial arts scenes. Is he going to fight the shark? How is Jason Statham's mantra, what you know of him, how is he going to do this? And at the end of the movie, he literally fights the shark, and that to me was just like, oh god. I could have done without that. I could have done without Jason Statham getting out of the mini sub and legitimately doing a drop kick to the shark's face, doing a flip in midair, and stabbing the shark in the eye. I'm good. For real. I'm good. They introduced this like subplot about love between Jason Statham and Bing Bing Lee after she sees him naked after he gets out of the shower, and I'm like, really? Like, that's what all it took? You guys didn't really even have real conversations? You know, you're not really talking very much. You just saw him naked and you're like, oh, yep, I want to be with him. And then everybody around him's like, oh, well, he's single. You know, yeah, he saved his ex-wife from dying at the hands of the MEG, but they're not going to get back together, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not... These aren't... The plots of this movie weren't very good. There was a black guy in the movie that literally was a racial stereotype about he can't swim and he doesn't want to be here. And I thought, okay, he's going to get eaten because that's another movie stereotype. And it didn't happen, which is good. But at the same time, like, I can't swim. I'm done with that. What the hell is that? You know what I mean? I just can't get on board with a movie of this caliber. I just didn't have a good time with it. I really just, like I said, Sharknado has ruined the premise of a good oceanic scare movie. I just can't get on board. Jaws was the pinnacle of this. Every movie since then has been kind of just taking from what Jaws did. You know, all the sequels to Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, Lake Placid, now this, like, it's just not the same. Jaws was the pinnacle of all this, and that's the problem. With that, I give this movie an A-. I didn't have a great time with it. I wish I could give it a better score, but I just didn't have fun. It's not the movie I expected it to be, nor was it the movie that I wanted it to be. I just didn't enjoy myself. Like, it wasn't a good time. I just wish that I could have seen a different movie. You know, MoviePass has got these rules now where you can only see from a selection of movies of their choice, and this was one of them, so we went, and I just not happy. I still haven't gotten a chance to see Mission Impossible because of these rules, and I will hopefully get to see that movie because I'm hearing great things, and I want to make my own distinction on whether or not that movie's great. Check out all the rest of our episodes on the YouTube channel. I recently reviewed Black Klansman. I really had a great time at that movie, so check out that review. I have been your host, Matt. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Come back to us next time on another exciting episode of A for Effort where we will have another quality movie review.